Welcome back, Pokemon trainers. Professor Chaz here. The lab coat's on back order, and today, Thursday, a Nintendo Direct was broadcast, which unfortunately I missed out on seeing the live viewing of it because I kind of woke up with a bad headache and I had to sleep in a little bit longer than I would have liked to do, so I missed the actual Nintendo Direct. But what I have here right now is a review of the new trailer for Pokemon Sun and Moon that came out, because a lot of Nintendo 3DS information was given out in the Nintendo Direct, but of course, for as far as my channel is concerned, we're more concerned with the Pokemon stuff. Now, as I've done before, I'm not going to show the actual trailer. There will be a link below the picture, or below the images, but a link in the description as well if you want to check out the trailer for yourself, because I highly recommend you do that, much like the previous one in which we get to hear the Team Skull theme. That's something that you have to listen for yourself and experience it. This here shows some new Z moves that you guys have to see in action, and I'm not going to show the footage, I'm just going to show clips, but check this trailer out, that's all I'm going to say. First of all, we do get to see a new regional variant, another one of the Alola forms for a classic Pokemon. It is going to be a form of Rattata. You see here, it becomes a dark and normal type. The abilities are Gluttony and Hustle. Hustle, not one of my favorite abilities. It does boost your attack stat, but it lowers your accuracy by, I think it's like 20% less, something like that. But Gluttony, how does that one work again? It's like, I think you eat a berry sooner than you normally would. So if you have like a Salac berry, for example, I think instead of going down to below 1/3 of your HP, you might eat that below 1/2 or something like that. But the abilities are Gluttony and Hustle, and I said in my Pokemon Silver episode for the day, which I recorded before this, I was thinking it's nice that we're going to see a dark normal type Rattata, because they've learned a lot of dark type moves along the way. Bite, Crunch, I believe, Sucker Punch, and Pursuit, and things like that. And now a dark normal type Rattata will gain stab of those dark moves while not losing the stab of its normal type attacks as well. So it's interesting to see. I like how the whiskers have sort of shifted to the front of the face. Almost looks like a mustache now. And they got some kind of a rough bit of fur there. Is it supposed to look like the fur is like kind of, what would you call it? Just standing on end perhaps, and like little clumps of it? I'm not sure really, but it looks kind of cool. Almost looks like bat ears in a way now with those points. Almost like, think of like maybe Noivern or Noibat, something like that. But anyway, we see a dark type Rattata, and I said, sort of going off topic here a little bit, in the Pokemon Silver episode today, what if we do not have an Alola form Raticate? Because along the way they've been showing us different Alola forms for Pokemon. They haven't been showing us the entire evolutionary line. Now, they might just not want to show us all of the new designs. They want to probably surprise us with some stuff, which I'm totally okay with. But what if they're not showing us Alola form Raticate because there will not be an Alola form Raticate? What if, for some reason, Alola form Rattata does not evolve? Or what if it evolves in a different way? But what if it does evolve and becomes the standard Raticate? That'd be kind of interesting. And it'd be weird to lose a dark typing through evolution like that. So my personal thought is we are going to have Alola forms for the entire evolutionary line of the Pokemon that they've revealed so far. They just don't want to show us all the secrets, So, but what if there are new ways to evolve these Pokemon? Now, I mentioned about the the Alola Raichu, Pikachu evolving into it. If a standard Pikachu, like a regular Pikachu that we've already seen from previous generations, if that comes into the Alola region, if you evolve it, does it evolve into a new Alola Raichu based on the fact that it evolves in the Alola region? Or does it have to be an Alola form Pikachu to evolve into the Alola form Raichu? And this leads into the question of, what about breeding? If you breed, say, for example, 2 Sandshrew, and you get a Sandshrew egg, since it hatches in the Alola region, do you think it's going to be an Alola form Sandshrew? Or with the fact that the 2 parents are, for example, say, Kanto Sandshrew, would that mean it's a Kanto Sandshrew in the egg until it hatches? There's a lot of questions up in the air about these Alola forms. Nothing has been set in stone just yet as far as that, those things I mentioned are concerned. But it's going to be interesting to see how the Alola forms play out. And another question, are we going to be able to switch a Pokemon from its standard form to Alola form and back and forth like that? That would open up a lot of possibilities for competitive play. Because you would see the opponents bring some particular kind of a Pokemon, and I suppose you would see on the team screen what form it is, though, so that doesn't really matter. But still, if you are going to use a certain amount of Pokemon or certain species of Pokemon, it's going to give you options, if you can convert them to the Alola form and back again, of what types you want to bring in. So there's a lot of interesting stuff regarding the Alola form. I don't think it mentions anything else, but it mentions now going on to the Z moves. So that was the only Alola form that they did reveal. Certain Pokemon have their own Z moves. They have said so far that if you have like the trainer has to have a certain Z. Do they have the Z crystal? I forget, they have a Z something, and a Pokemon has to know a certain type of move and hold the appropriate type of Z crystal, and then you can use one of the Z moves. So I saw previously it showed Pikachu use Gigavolt Havoc. Of course, that's a common one that you would think Pikachu would have. But it also used one there was I think it was German live stream, where they showed some of the Battle Royale in play, and a Pikachu used a normal type Z move. In that case, it had a normal type attack, for example, say Quick Attack, holding the normal type Z crystal. That means a Pokemon can use any type of Z move that you want it to use, as long as it can naturally learn a move of that type. So, all that being said, every type is going to have its own Z move, but certain Pokemon species will have their own Z moves as well. As you see here, I want to see if I can get the name of it. The Alola form Raichu uses a move called the Stoked Spark Surfer. I love that name. It's way over the top, but you'll see it uses this amazing move against, of all things, a poor Aerodactyl. If I can go back and you can see that, it's going to take this massive hit. Yeah, poor Aerodactyl's not going to... I don't think it's going to survive that hit. Super effective, of course. But you got to see these battles, or these moves in play. So that is the Alola Raichu. Now, I would assume that also means, since it's called Stoked Spark Surfer, regular Raichu probably can't use that. Only Alola form Raichu is likely going to be able to use that Z move. So, the Alola forms are not just getting type changes and different designs, they're also getting specific Z moves for themselves. And you get a special gift for purchasing early. You'll be able to get a Munchlax, which, as it shows in a moment, has the Happy Hour attack, which is a move that doesn't do damage, but it doubles the prize money you earn after a trainer battle in-game. So that could be a cool little collection, or little Pokemon to add to your collection. And after the Munchlax evolves, have it hold a Snorlax Z. So this is what we see for the name of these new Z crystals. It's not just, I would assume it's not just like, or hang on. This is a specific Z crystal to a Pokemon, so it's called Snorlax Z. I mentioned in the Pokemon Silver episode, the Mega Stones of Gen 6 were named after the Pokemon, like Aggronite and Mawile and Steelixite and such. So everything was the Pokemon name with Ite. I'm assuming what this means is every Z crystal specific to a Pokemon is going to be that Pokemon's name with Eum at the end, so Snorlax, or it could be Raichium or something like that. So have it hold Snorlax Z, and it's going to be able to use an amazing move. See if I can get the name on here. Bear with me as we find it. After 20 years of sleeping, it gets its own Z move. Come on, show me the name, show me the name. It's a hilarious name. Pulverizing Pancake. And in the footage, you see the Snorlax just tearing across the battlefield, going towards its enemy Gumshoos. It jumps into the air, it comes hammering down. You're going to be a pulverized pancake the moment that Snorlax lands that hit against you. That's enough said. So, Pokemon get their own Z moves. So this does lead into the question of, do you think the Z moves are going to be replacements for Mega Stones and Mega Evolution? Because right now, technically every Pokemon... Hang on, every Pokemon can use a Z move, because it has to hold the right crystal and have a move of that type. Does this mean Magikarp can use a Z move? Because it can learn normal type moves. And if it holds a normal type Z crystal, I don't know, Magikarp might be able to do something finally. Now, of course, there are other moves Magikarp can get. I'm sure they can learn Bounce and Hydro Pump. I've heard of those. So technically, Magikarp could have 3 potential Z moves if the Z moves and Z crystals work the way I'm thinking. What if? Now, I said this before. The Pokédex entry from Gen 1 says Magikarp are horribly weak compared to their previous ancestors. I said they should give us a primal Magikarp at some point, just to show off the power that Magikarp used to have. What if they make a Magikarpium and they have a specific Z move for just Magikarp? Wouldn't that be just something? I don't know. I'd like to see something like that happen. Anyway, that is just speculation. We're going to see if anything does happen for Magikarp. I'm expecting not, but you never know. Now, apparently, also, during the trailer the Nintendo Direct going up, a post was put on Twitter showing off another, as far as TCG is concerned, Pokémon-GX. Now, it is in Japanese here, so I can't really read this. I think it's been translated already, but just look at the power here. So, Snorlax-GX, of course, 190 HP. It is a colorless type. First attack is 3 colorless energy for 80, and I think from the translations it says that puts the Pokemon to sleep. And the next move takes 5 colorless energy, does 180, and I think it says it can only be used while it's asleep. Now, The GX attack does 210 damage, but here we see for the first time energy requirement. Now I mentioned in, when was it? I forget exactly. I think it was the news update video thingy for the week. I mentioned we do not yet know what energy cost is going to be for these GX attacks. I said personally I would be surprised if it's 4 energy less than 4 energy. I would expect at least 4 energy required to power up the GX attack. Here we see it does take 5 to power up Snorlax-GX's whatever GX attack this is. So the thing is, this could just be based on the fact that Snorlax-GX has a natural attack that takes 5 colorless energy. If, for example, Solgaleo-GX or Lunala-GX have attacks that take maybe 3, I wonder if that means the GX attack for them would only take 3. So we don't know just yet. It's gonna, we're gonna have to wait and see how things play out as more GX stuff is revealed, and we get to see energy costs on those Pokemon. But we are seeing here that the GX Pokemon are not limited to just legendaries, which is kind of expected. Essentially, as I said initially, GX Pokemon are like Pokemon EX that have their own Z moves, because you can of course only use 1 GX attack per game. So that is basically all there is for this quick little update of the world of Pokemon. It's going to be cool to see how these Alola form Pokemon do come into play, and as I say, how you can breed for them, how evolution is going to work, if they're going to have new evolutionary ways, like maybe going into Dark type, maybe Rattata evolves at night or something like that, for all we know. But anyway, that is it for this quick little bit of an update video. Feel free to leave some comments down below with your thoughts on everything that's been revealed thus far with this trailer. And once again, do you think we're going to see Mega Evolution, or do you think these new Z moves and species-specific Z moves are replacing Mega Evolution? There's no way to tell just yet, because of course, if they are putting Mega Evolution into Gen 7, they're doing a good job of hiding them from us so far. Anyway, that is it for this quick little video. Professor Chaz is now signing off. Feel free to leave some comments for some little bit of discourse in the comments below, and I'll catch you next time.